into it.
All right, another episode of Sad Powers Podcast. Today we have fellow comedian Adam Wolchuck.
Yay! Me!
How's it going?
Fantastic. It's going well. How are you?
Good, thanks.
It's good.
hmm How you holding up with the quarantine and everything?
I okay, I guess. I mean, it's been interesting this year. I've been pretty much not working the whole year. I've been laid off since January from the hotel I was working at, and they were supposed to bring me back in April when things picked up, but obviously things didn't pick up, so I'm kind of in limbo right now. And I just filled out my EI report. You know, I'm very thrifty at doing that, but it just showed me that this is my last EI report. So I'm out of EI money now. So now I applied for that CERB, however you say it, don't care, CERB. I did that, so that'll hopefully keep me moving. I actually contemplated seriously putting drag on and going down to Gale Crescent and just waving at people with the other hookers, thinking maybe I could make the money that way. Unfortunately, I do not think that will work since I have a full set of teeth and I don't have a crystal meth addiction. So not going to blend in, my friend. But I've been keeping busy. I mean, yesterday's show was fantastic, doing drag. I've done a bunch of other drag shows, some more comedy shows. I've been watching a shit ton of YouTube and any free movie I can find because I don't have Netflix anymore because that got hacked. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah. So how you been doing? What have you been doing?
I've been podcasting like crazy every day. You been doing those Zoom shows, those Zoom comedy shows?
Yeah, I've been doing the Contagious Comedy with David Green. I've been doing a couple of those. So I watch them almost every Friday. Usually my cat's sitting next to me. So it's David always introduces my cat before me now, which is hilarious. It's like the comedic stylings of Frankie. I'm like, he doesn't do anything except eat, sleep, and try to find another place to sleep. This is like, I'm like, come on. Yeah, so I've been doing those, and I don't know, I've just been going for walks. I've been sitting outside a lot. I've been finding stuff to do. I've been doing a lot of yoga, meditation, smoking a lot of weed.
Nice.
I smoke weed occasionally every day.
Same, buddy.
That's how I'm getting through.
So you like doing those Zoom shows? That's like, does it
I
scratch
don't
that
mind them.
comedy itch?
It is because you know what I was right in the middle of doing that Niagara's Top Comic when everything got shut down. Mine was the last week, and then
Me too,
before it was
yeah.
supposed to happen. Yeah, and it's like gone, and I'm like, am I still a semifinalist? I'm like, I don't know. It's like I miss it because I miss that charge I used to get on stage from the people and
Mhm.
the eye contact and them, you know, everything, and you can kind of feed off of that. Doing it Zoom wise, I can see a couple of people, but I gotta kind of like do this to see them, and I'm hoping their microphone's on. Yesterday was probably the best show ever. There was so many people, and everyone turned their mics on, so I was hearing laughter from everywhere. A bit of
Nice.
a delayed reaction, so then I didn't know when I was supposed to talk, and that kind of throws you off a little bit. But it's
hmm
just nice to get out there and tell jokes. Even if I had 8 pounds of makeup on my face and my dick shoved up my own ass, you know what? That's perfectly fine. Lord knows, I think I'd rather it be at somebody else's. This COVID thing, I swear to God, the last time I had a good piece of ass is when my finger broke through the toilet paper. So, anyway, there you go. Visual. Yeah.
Holy shit. I love
I
it.
know. I even wrote stuff down. I'm like, maybe I should have something written down, you know, just in case I need something. But it's like right over there, so in case I need it. But the memory's serving me well for a 41-year-old. So, hey, yeah, I'm old.
No.
If this was an apocalypse, they would have pushed my old ass aside already, and like, like, get away, Grandpa. I'm like, fuck you. Like, I'm glad it just didn't happen when I was 71 years old, because I would have been done, like done. Like
Yeah.
I don't read a lot of stuff that's going on in the news. I do for comedic entertainment, like anything that Donald Trump says. I usually try to read if I'm in a good mood or smoked one because he really pisses me off. But yeah, I just just doing my thing. I just kind of just trying to kind of keep sane, and I miss people. I miss
Hmm.
seeing all you and everyone at the clubs, and I just miss it. So I sit here and I'm just like, what do I do? What do I do? So yeah, I mean, I'm making it through. I mean, you're doing your podcast. Are you doing anything else?
Not really.
Not really. Okay. I know you always look very comfortable. I noticed that. I find you hilarious. I love when you play your ukulele. I think it's the songs you come up, but you always literally look like you just rolled out of bed, and you're just like you literally like rubbing the sleep out of your eyes. I'm like, am I on? I'm like, yeah, you're on. You just have this
Yeah.
very comfort look to you. Me, it's the gay thing in me. I'm like, I have to smell good, and the eyebrows. You're not even looking at my eyebrows, but I do them. I get the nails up. Look at this. This is gay. Come on.
Yeah, I love the
Uh,
nails. The nails are sick, dude.
yeah, I love them. I'm loving them too. It's funny. Um, I painted my nails the first time. I think I was like 19. And I came home and my dad saw these things. And he's like, "No son of mine will have nails like this." I'm like, "Well, now your son's a drag queen. So what do you have to say to that?" He had a few things to say. One, he said I should teach my sister how to put makeup on correctly, and you don't even have to see her to know that's true. Sorry, Tanya. Uh, and it's not, it's weird how things have changed in 21 years. It was 21 years ago this October that I came out. It's Pride Month. I get very reminiscent, especially with my dad was the first person I came out to, and he's a big supporter of me. Like he's my number one fan. He came out to Pride last year. Got his son dressed in a jumpsuit and long hair, which is just sitting over there. I should put it on right now. And he was just so
Yeah.
proud. I would put it on. That's why I wore the toque right now, because like when I don't, I miss the hair. Yesterday when I had it on, if people were watching me, I was just going like this. I'm like, fuck, this is beautiful. I really,
Yeah.
I never got to whip my hair back and forth. I missed that whole Willow Smith thing. I was like, fuck, I did it. Like, oh Jesus, I got like a concussion. It was not good. Yeah.
How'd you get into comedy? What made you want to start?
Well, 2 years ago. 2 years ago, February of 2018, I had come out and seen a couple shows at Showtime before. And I was like, and I'd heard from a friend about David Reed. He's like, oh, this guy's the pun master. You have to come out and see this guy. He's hilarious. Well, okay, I'll come out and see. I didn't know much about it. And then I saw it, and I'm like, I've always wanted to do this. Doing drag kind of got me into it because I've been doing drag for 21 years now, and 21 years this Christmas. So being on stage, that kind of got my fear kind of set aside. But again, I was under 8 pounds of makeup and wigs and costumes. And doing this comedy wise, like I just wanted to get up there. I went and saw David Green. I said, hey, I want to try and do this. And so he's like, do you want to be in the show? And here was February, I think it was like February the 8th of 2018. I did my first show, and I literally deep throated the microphone. And people were just like, oh, who the hell is this? And they're like, do you want to do another show? And so I did. And they're like, okay, now do you want to be in a contest? I did 2 shows. That's it. And they threw me into Niagara's Top
Hmm.
Comic. And I beat out 37 people. I got third. I was like, it was
Holy shit.
Taylor,
Yeah.
Mitch, and me. And I'm
Damn.
like, okay, let's try this again. And so I got in the top 6. It was all guys last year. They never really announced who the winner. Like, I mean, we knew who the winner was. I got a blank here. I can see his face, Matt Scarfone.
Okay.
And they didn't say who second or third was, but I feel I could have been a second. I'm just saying. I don't know.
Hmm.
But then we did this year, and now it's like, yeah, I mean, I've watched comedy all my life. I mean, I like the greats, like, I mean, I was a big Joan Rivers fan, Don Rickles fan. I loved watching Eddie Murphy, Rita Rudner, Joan Rivers, Jerry Seinfeld, like all of those crazy people. And I would watch a show called Evening at the Improv when I was like 14 years old. It was on at 11 o'clock when I wasn't allowed to have my TV on. I was supposed to go to bed, and I'd watch it, and you hear me giggling and like, what are you doing in there? Well, not masturbating. That's what I do in the shower. But, what 30-minute showers at 13, please. What do you think I was doing in there? Not my homework. So I've always had this knack for comedy. I think it was, it's funny. My mother, I think I blame my parents. My mother went into labor during Saturday Night Live, and my dad said we're not leaving until the show is over. So I mean, there's got to be something there. The Coneheads were on. It was Dan Aykroyd, Jane Curtin. It was 1978. I know, way back when everything was very, very shiny and everyone was high on coke. And then there's me. Yeah, I love it. I love it. You know, it's fantastic. It's my therapy, really.
Mhm.
It's my therapy. I love it. I mean, I can't afford a therapist anymore. I'm sick and tired of making someone else's Lexus payments.
Yeah.
I saw my doctor at the grocery store the other day. I keyed her car. I'm like, yeah, how do you like that?
He's kidding. He's kidding.
No, I'm kidding. I would never do that sober. Don't even get me started on my dentist. I know I'm paying for that BMW M4. Every time I come in there, he's got like new pendant lights up, new furniture. I'm like, what the hell's going on in here? And he always comes in and goes, how are we today? I'm like, well, you're doing fine. I mean, well, he even leaves the garage door open so we can see the fucking car as I pull into my $12,000 Hyundai. I'm like, fuck you. It's got a sink in the bathroom that's got a waterfall in it. And I'm just like, oh, don't start with me.
Damn,
Like,
that's crazy. A waterfall in the sink, dude?
Yeah. Well, I don't know what he needs it for. I was in there. I was taking a bath the one day. They kept calling me in. I'm like, you want to get your teeth clean? No, I'm just washing my balls right now. Can you just give me a second? What? Oh, man. Yeah. So how long have you been doing comedy for?
I think like 4 years. I don't know exactly though. I always forget. I was saying 3 years for a couple years, I think.
All right. You smoke weed, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah, see the memory. And
yeah.
how old are you?
I'm 29.
Me too, plus shipping and handling.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, I started smoking weed probably when I was like 23. I didn't do anything until like I came out. Like I came out, I went to my first gay bar, and it was my first bar and my first time drinking. Like I had so many firsts, like first time blowing a guy in the bathroom, first time playing pool, first time meeting a lesbian. Oh, you heard that one. Okay. Please. I'm a classy girl. I have 2 words for my dates. Holiday Inn. I actually have 4 for them. Room service, but you know, that's probably why I'm single. I live with a cat.
I love this. It's like watching you do stand up almost. You got jokes. I love
I
it.
feel like I should be being paid after it. Who's giving me money? Adam_Lexus@hotmail.com. Please, I'm as broke as a tooth fairy in a house full of meth heads. Please give.
I don't have
There's
any
70
money either. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying. I detail cars, like that's what I did for 20 years until I was laid off 3 times in the last 16 months. I got laid off from a car dealership, went and got another job, got laid off from that last June, went and got another job, put me on the rolling layoff in January, never came back. I'm like, this is fantastic. I'm very good at being laid off. I like putting that on a resume. I'm like, what are your skills? Well, I don't know. I've never been there long enough to know.
Yeah.
I definitely got there on time to find out I was being told to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm just doing everything to keep myself sane right now. And doing this right now just to keep myself sane. Cheers for queers.
Cheers. Same. I
Yeah.
can't smoke inside though.
Oh, you live at your parents'?
Yeah.
Oh God, you know what that math equation equals out to? Sab plus parents equals cock block.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I lived with my parents before. Yeah. It was awful, just awful. Trying to meet people, not gonna happen. I'm like, do you want to meet by the canal? No, okay, I didn't do that. Maybe I did. Please, that's Grinder. Oh God, I don't know if you've ever heard of that. You probably haven't because you're about as straight as an arrow, and I'm about as straight as a question mark. So.
I know, but I've heard of it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's that.
Everybody knows
that
about Grinder.
Oh yeah, please, gay guys on there networking. You're not networking, you fag. You're looking for a dick. Don't start. I'm looking for friends, but then they got a picture like this. I'm like, no. You did. I think I burned my curtain.
Oh my god.
That's okay. Little fire here didn't help, please.
Yeah.
And then look, it would just go with the fact that people were calling me a flamer in high school. I'd be like, yep, and I could set my place on fire too. Oh man. Yeah. Oh, I need a cup of tea. Here we go. I'm getting old. Look, I have a cup of tea and a joint. I'm like, it's weird here. At 40 years old, I'm like somewhere in the middle. Like I'm too old for Snapchat, but too young for Life Alert. You know, like
Yeah.
tea and a joint. This podcast brought to you by the letter T and J.
Yeah, that's good.
It's funny. I just did a show a few weeks ago called High Tea with Cassandra. That's my drag name.
Mhm.
And I smoked weed and drank tea and did a show and did a couple of numbers and showed off my boobs and my great legs, which actually it's funny. My boobs are the funniest thing. People always ask me, they go, how long does it take to get ready? And I'm like, about 3.5 hours it takes me to turn into a girl. And there's basically a lot of things you can find in aisle 4 at Home Hardware that are going under my dress at that point to keep things in place. There's a lot of electrical tape and some cinches, and parts of my body are going from one end of the house to the other end of the house, if you know what I mean. And I'm just like, woo. And let's just say, I mean, we don't want to really get into specifics, but I am taller lying down. So it's very hard to move things back and forth. So, you know, I'm like, move this here, move this there. But I'll tell you at the end, it really turns out very well. And I'm quite proud of myself. I'm actually thinking, and this is between you, me, and everyone that watches this podcast, I'm thinking about doing Niagara's Top Comic next year as Cassandra.
That'd be sick. I would love that so much.
I would get on stage, all those straight guys sitting in the front row, they're literally
Then a girl can finally win. A woman can finally win Niagara's Top Comic. It counts. That counts to me. So.
Yeah. Then I take the wig off and go, look! Oh, I'm like, yes, I know some of you straight guys were looking at me going, maybe I should ditch the bitch and make the switch. Well, you know what? There's always room. We will get rid of 2 fags for a really good-looking straight guy. Please, it only takes 3 drinks for straight guys to come over to my side anyway. I mean, the first drink, they start, talking about it. The second drink's flirting. And then the third drink, the old hand up the old leg. I'm like, listen here. Don't start that. You got to buy me dinner first, and not none of that 2 can dine for $9.99 bullshit. I want to go to the keg. My line of work, if I don't eat, you don't eat. Oh, I'm burpy. This is an old thing. I'm burpy and stuff, and things are just all of a sudden eat broccoli, and then you can't be anyone's friend for the afternoon.
Yeah.
Cat comes over. He's like, "Oh, I don't think so." I'm like, "And cats can usually withstand anything."
Yeah.
He's in my bedroom probably right now, sleeping because he's had a long day.
You just got one cat, or any other pets, or?
That's it. I've got 1 cat. I've had cats pretty much all my life. It's funny. I can't even use this joke anymore. I used to say that my cat was the closest thing to pussy I would get to, but not necessarily true anymore. I, Adam Wolchuck, admitting right now, have an attraction to trans men. If people don't know what that means, look it up. It's not that I'm not attracted to trans fat. It's not that. I'm attracted to dudes who used to be female. So it's weird because, going back down that road sexually, I'm like, it's like going back to the old neighborhood. I'm like, I haven't seen that since I was 17. I couldn't describe one to a sketch artist. Like I wouldn't even know. I'm like, I don't know, maybe a taco. I don't know, a sad man. I don't know. But seeing it again, and I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, I remember that. It was like riding a bike. It's like, oh, they painted. They put a plant here. It's still on the block. But it was like, you know what? Those pieces have been going together for centuries.
Yeah.
It's like a puzzle piece. It's like, a man and a woman's, like, heterosexual sex is like a 500-piece puzzle to Taj Mahal. You do it. You got that last piece. You put it in there. Boop. There you go. Good puzzle. Gay sex, on the other hand, same puzzle. Last piece doesn't really fit too much. And you're like putting it and you're turning it and you don't know where it's supposed to go. And you're like, you know what? Fuck it. This is what you do. You go, that's gay sex. That's it right there.
It's okay that
I
you're
know.
saying it. If I said that, I'd get in trouble.
I can say that because I'm gay, and if I didn't, right, people would be just like, "Oh, that really hurt my hand a little bit." But it does hurt. Thank God it was my hand because, you know what? Well, I actually have a rule. My ass is like every street in downtown Montreal, one way. Don't even try and put anything up there. No, sir. I am the pitcher in this relationship, not this relationship, but you know what I
Yeah, yeah. So is there like usually like a pitcher and a catcher? Is it or just one?
mean. You know
Or
what? Not necessarily. I've actually met couples where both of them were pitchers, and then they venture outside the relationship. Ugh. Eh,
wait, what? How's that possible?
So they're in a relationship
So they're just
together. They're
best
loving.
friends.
I guess they're just best friends, but they go screw other people. I'm like, where can I sign up for that one? Like, that sounds fun to me. I mean, as long as he's rich, old, with a bad heart that scares easy, that's all I'm looking for. I'll take one with a side of slaw and a Cadillac. You
Yeah.
know, no, it's very interesting. I've met some very interesting people in the years I've been out. Very interesting people, interesting relationships. I just heard of my first throuple the other day. Throuple. You know what that is? It's three people in a relationship.
Yeah, yeah.
Three.
I just found out
Three.
my buddy's in one of those actually. It's kind of a trip.
Mm, I'm sorry, but you know what? That's that all great to you if you want to do that, but I've got some little bit of ADD there. I can't be focusing on all this. Give me one person, and I can hardly focus there. I don't need all these extra appendages during sex. I get meat in the fucking tooth. I don't have time for that. I'm the only one in my family with a full set of teeth. So you know what? We got to keep this shit up. No, I mean, relationships are very weird, and I mean, even though this is Pride Month, I can make fun of gays left, right, and center. That's fine. I mean, I've noticed that in the 21 years I've been out, I can summarize gay men in one word. I got one word. That's it. Make sure I get this right. Whores. That's it. Whores. And I know this for two reasons. Seriously, two reasons. One, our handshake is intercourse. We're just like, hello. We do. And then when we're in relationships, we think monogamy is a piece of wood. No wood. It's
That's
true.
hilarious.
I've never been in a long-term relationship with a guy. 3 months for two guys, maybe. There was Will. He changed his name to another name. What a
To get
shitty
away?
Yeah, he changed his first and last name. So everyone's like, "Oh, you dated Kieran?" I'm like, "No, I dated Will." And I don't know who this Kieran is, but and then there's another guy, Aaron, and let's not go. You know what? I won't make fun of him. He'll have nose hair, but I won't make fun of him. Someone's like, he lived in Kitchener, and I was like, "Well, what was the best part of dating him?" And I was like, "The drive there and the drive home." So I've never really had a relationship. So it's very interesting seeing people in relationships that are in the gay relationships because they're all whores. They're like it's like that. Remember Ashley Madison? Do you ever remember that thing, that Ashley Madison?
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
this.
People go up there to cheat, right?
I will never. Yeah, it's where you can if you're in a relationship. So one time I'm folding laundry, and all of a sudden I hit the TV going, and I hear, "Are you in a relationship but looking for more? Call Ashley Madison." And I turn and I'm like, "Who is this bitch?" And so it's like if you're not satisfied in a relationship and are looking for a little bit of fun on the side, call Ashley Madison. Jesus, Ashley, she's running a brothel, and how do I get in? Like, not to work, not to work. I would run the front desk. I think that would be great. Be like a big hotel. I work front desk at the hotel, so I'd be a hoot. So as each guy came in, I'd be like, name please. Parking a car with us. All right, here's your total bill. All right, here's your room key. You'll be going up the stairs past me to room 4. Amber will be expecting you. And then they'll be up there doing their thing, and I'll be downstairs smoking a few joints, dusting, watching Netflix. And, they'll come down after, a little time. We'll make sure there's 15 minutes apart so they don't see each other. I don't want to make them embarrassed, but I do want to make sure they're satisfied. So I'll give a little wave, a little smile, and as they walk past the front desk, I'll just say, come again. I think it'll be fantastic. Yeah. relationships are weird. I'm happy being single. I'm just afraid that I'm going to die with a cat and then they're going to find me without a face. Because everyone tells me that cats eat people's faces when you die.
Yeah, I
And
heard
I
that
don't
too.
want that to happen. I wouldn't mind a little off the top of my nose if he wants to have a little on over. I mean, I got this weird bobbly nose, but it's fine. My sister has the same one too. She puts snow on the end of that thing. She put Whistler out of business, I tell you. Like, not good. Yeah, it's relationships. I don't know. They're not for me. They're just, I don't think they are. I mean, I'm 41 now. I haven't really found anyone, and I'm not getting any younger. And gay people are all obsessed with youth. If I don't look like I'm 25, then I'm dead. So apparently I died. So you've been talking to a ghost for a while. So boo.
Yeah, but the younger ones like the older ones, so you can be one of the older ones at some point, right?
Yeah, and then they call me daddy. And I'm like, okay, well, go to your room, and you just lost your allowance. So get the fuck away from me. And you'll be finishing your broccoli. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, seriously, someone asked me the other day if I was ever going to have children. I'm like, oh God. I'm like, well, maybe one. I need someone to carry my luggage and wigs and shit to my drag shows. I'm like, come on, Simon. He's like, come on, Dad. I don't want to go to this drag show. Listen, you're 19. You got a swimmer's bod, and you got a big dick like your father. Get in there and get free drinks. Let's go. He's like, they're touching me. I'm like, just let them touch you. They're putting sparkles on me. Don't worry, that's how we bleed. Like, yeah, just one kid. I just need someone to carry the luggage. Because I travel like
amazing.
fucking like Diana Ross going on world tour. I bring everything with me. And I have like 2 guards standing there going, this is Cassandra's here. We'll shoot you. Like, it's like good stuff. I'm a high class lady. I told the cashier at Food Basics today that I'd have to find a rich husband to support my lifestyle. I couldn't tell if she was happy because she had a mask on, but her eyes looked kind of happy. She was smiling.
Yeah.
Ira Banks. Oh God, no. Yeah. More tea. Ooh.
Whew. Man, this is
Yeah.
awesome. My face hurts from laughing.
Yeah. Well, there you go. It's what I do. I love making people laugh. I absolutely adore it. If I could do this and get paid all the time, then I am doing something I love. And honestly, the money does come after. It really does make sense. I just haven't found that yet. I've just been doing jobs I don't particularly care for people I don't particularly care for. I found that I don't particularly care for lots of people now. I mean, I like people, some of them, as long as they're in a distance zone, don't breathe in my general direction. You know, I mean, I don't hate people. I mean, I don't like them. I mean, put it this way, if some of them were on fire and I had water, well, I would drink it, honestly. That's what I do. Sorry. Yeah. It's just, it's been interesting. Actually, I have to say the last 21 years have been interesting. Since I kicked those closet doors open, I swear to God, my life has gone on a very interesting, excuse me, I'm burping. Here we go, right on camera. There we go. Thank you. Yes, I'm a lady with my legs open, so I guess I'm Anna Nicole Smith. But Levi would be happy today because I'm not picking up my balls. He saw me on Zoom last week because I was an audience member, so he goes through and looks at what people are doing. He's like, so Adam, maybe you didn't realize you were on camera this whole time, but I've been seeing you adjusting your balls for the last half an hour.
Oh my God.
Well, they get in the way. Yesterday, they were really in the way, so I moved them. And it's funny, when I sat down before I went on the show, and one of them popped out, so I had to throw them back. And I'm like, whoopsie. These are things you just don't want to know. Tucking is another thing. I'm always like, where does it go? I'm like, all right, we'll get into this. They pretty much, do you remember when you were a little kid, before your balls dropped, they were way up in your body? That's where we put them again. Yeah, take that one in.
Whoa.
I don't. I won't. I basically just take Mr. Johnson and the luggage, and I bring him to the back of the house, and I kind of push him back there and say, stay. And then he just kind of sits and rests against my asshole, like looking at it, going, holy moly. So you look like an apricot. And then my asshole's looking at my dick going, you look like a mushroom. You're weird. You're weird too. You make weird noises. You smell. You have white stuff that comes out of you. They would have like a whole conversation while they're sitting there, just in there while I'm doing my drag. It's crazy. It's just, it's not fun. It's not a very interesting experience, but you know what? It's definitely rewarding. Like I said, my dad says I look better than my sister, so there's got to be something going on there. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's crazy.
Do you watch RuPaul?
I yes, I do. I'm always behind on everything because I don't have cable or anything because I'm poor. So I go when I do laundry at my dad's house on Sundays. I time it so I can watch RuPaul at the same time and do my laundry. And then usually I'll like do something for him, like sweep or like wash his car, vacuum it, which I'm doing tomorrow, just because I want to feel like a mooch. So I watch RuPaul and I absolutely love it. My stepmother watched one whole season with me, and she's like, "Boy, these." She goes, "They are bitchier than most women." I said, "Yes."
Yeah.
A drag queen is just a gay man with too much fashion sense for one gender, so he just kind of spills over into another one. That's what I am. I'm an entertainer. I'm a gender illusionist. I love RuPaul. I think some of those bitches are fucking crazy. And I've met quite a few of them. I've met probably about 8 of them. I've had pictures with them. I've met them at events. I saw one in Las Vegas. My dad actually asked the one in Las Vegas where it goes. I'm like, oh, I'll take this one. Don't worry. I said, that's one question you don't need to answer from your audience.
Yeah.
I'm like, Dad. Yeah. So yes, I do watch RuPaul. I've seen every season, every All Stars. I'm just starting All Stars 5. I watched. It's funny. They have like. I mean, have you seen it? Do you
Yeah,
ever
yeah,
watch it?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So they've got, they got, if you've seen the second part, they got Untucked. They got that part where they all are bitchy and catty behind the scene.
Right.
I love that one. It's crazy, and I love watching it for that because you get to see the true colors of some of these crazy bitches. But I love it. I love it. It's been on for so long, and it's funny. RuPaul didn't come out until after I stopped drag. I took a 12-year hiatus and didn't come back till last year. So when I did drag, there was no tutorials. Hell, there was no YouTube or Facebook when I started drag. I started drag in '99. I think that dial-up modem was just coming out. It was like when the movie The Net with Sandra Bullock was so cool. Like that was the internet back then. Like it's just crazy how things have changed, and I've learned so much. I mean, the way I painted as a drag queen now, I've learned from Drag Race queens. There's so much you can learn, and I love it. Like I thought I looked sensational yesterday. I looked absolutely fantastic. Like I know sometimes you're always asking to see some of the pictures. You're like, let me see, and I show you, and you're like, that's not you. That is
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. It's awesome.
I showed some of the people. Yeah, the quarantine people, I showed them one time. I said, okay, take that in, everyone. I said, some of y'all are probably getting a little hot and bothered, and some of y'all are probably taking a tent quicker than a Boy Scout troop. It's not my fault I'm pretty. I mean, I love my picture taken as Cassandra, but as Adam, I'm just like, yeah, I'm good. I'm an introverted extrovert, and drag definitely opened the doors for comedy, and comedy have opened the doors for me being kind of a more confident person, because I was a shy little boy with like a bowl haircut that my mother cut for me with. She used to put masking tape on my forehead and cut below it, but my mother's also an alcoholic, so sometimes the tape didn't go on so straight, and I'd go with like a flock of seagull bangs sometimes to school, and the teachers would call home going, Mrs. Wolchuck, Adam's here, and we're just wondering, we came in with this hairstyle, and we're just wondering if everything's okay at home. It's not, but I'm glad to be here at school. I remember people were like, why don't you want to leave school? I'm like, have you seen my mother? Oh, my mother, swear to God, she reminded me of David Bowie from Labyrinth. She had the big hair, the blue eyeshadow, the tight pants, and that friendly looking shirt, and a large Demore 100 special model just hanging out of her mouth. She came to pick me up from school one day dressed like that with a New Kids on the Block t-shirt tied like this with a little knot that used to do in the 80s. I won't do it. And I saw her there. Of course, it took me a few seconds because that big cloud of smoke needed to clear away from her face. And I'm like, oh, you remind me of the Babe. What Babe? The Babe with the power. What power? The power of voodoo. Who do you do? No, anyway, so I saw her, and I went and befriended my friend Chris. I'm like, hey, you think you could take me home? He's like, isn't that your mother? I'm like, I'm like, don't. She senses heat. Don't move. She's like a Tyrannosaurus. Don't do anything. I remember I got a ride home with my friend's grandmother because I was so embarrassed about the way she looked. And she didn't even realize that the grandma's like, isn't that your mother? I'm like, don't even say anything. All, all I know is I got a ride in a 1987 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme that day. That is my favorite car in the world. I want one so bad. I would sell my sister for it. Like I brought her into car dealerships. I'm like, so how are you paying? I'm like, her. I love that car. I'm like, it's funny. I love cars so much, and it's something I can't share with a lot of my gay friends because they're all like, what's that? I'm like, what kind of car do you have? Like, it's blue. I'm like, oh, that's fantastic. I'm like, hey, well, what is it? Well, it's got 4 doors. I'm like, well, should it? I'm like, unless I see the way you drive, I'm surprised you don't come home with a convertible. I'm like, just point at your car. So they'll point at it. I'm like, okay, fag, that's a red Dodge Caliber. Live it, learn it, love it. Just be able to recite your car. Like, I hate that. You can suck as much dick as the days are long, but know what you're driving.
Right.
Know what you're driving. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's funny. I used to go to my friend's house, and all of the little gays would go in and see the mother in the kitchen for their little hen parties. I go visit dad in the garage while he'd be rebuilding a Ferrari or a Ford. He's like, I'm so glad that you come and see me. I said, me too. I said, this is great. I said, I can't stand them. They're just too faggy in there. There's fag, and then there's like, yeah, there's just too gay for me. Like, too gay. Like, you're gay if you come into a room swinging in on a chandelier. I'm like, I don't have time for that.
Again, you're allowed to say that, but if I said that, I get so roasted.
I know. I know. You know what's funny? I want to do a roast. I want to roast all the drag queens, but I'm afraid those bitches will be on my front lawn with pitchforks and torches going, get her! I'm like, yeah! Please. I crush them with my 16-inch calves. I love my legs. They're beautiful.
You should apply for RuPaul, have you?
Well, they have a Canada's Drag Race, and it is starting in July, first season. Um, it's already cast. There's one thing about Drag Race that I've learned that I have not picked up myself. To be a successful drag racer, you need to know how to sew. Because those outfits that they wear, a lot of them are custom made. Because I mean, they're dudes. So they're fitting them around, sometimes broad shoulders, bigger girls. So we all wear the hip pads and everything, so you have to kind of make it so you're silhouetting a woman. I can't sew anything. I honestly, I don't think I make a very good gay man. I think if honestly there was a governing body looking at me right now, be like, he hasn't been doing anything gay for a while. We're taking away all his princess points. Like, I'm like, but I just did drag yesterday. No, I would love to. I think that would be kind of cool. I actually mentioned that to my dad the other day because he's kind of worried about me and the job situation. It's like, well, how happens if I go on like Drag Race and win 100 G's? He's like, yeah, but you got like all these other people you're competing against. I'm like, oh, so they're better than me. And I'm like, thanks for rooting for your only son. My dad, he does want to root for me, but I remember one time I was doing a really important comedy show, and he went to the Ice Dogs hockey game instead because he had season tickets. And I'm like, yeah, my dad wanted to be here tonight, but unfortunately he's watching another son achieve his dream. Like, that's okay. Yeah, but I would love to be a drag racer one day. I think it'd be kind of cool. I'm a queen that I started off doing just a regular show. Then I went and competed for Miss Gay St. Catharines. We had it back in the year 2000. I lost. It was a conspiracy. I should have won, but we're not going to say that out loud. I should have, please. The winner, half the people on the governing board lived with her. The person who coordinated the event was her boyfriend, and the host was her roommate.
Yeah, that's conspiracy.
Oh, come! I love her to death, and she got one of my dresses. She needed it, but you know, I ran again, and then I lost again, and I lost to my good friend Enzo DiDavitis, or Claudia. His family owns a lot of the businesses in this area, like Moose and Goose and Amici's. And then I ran for Entertainer of the Year in 2001, and I beat out my good friend, my ex-boyfriend, and a real girl.
Nice.
And she was put in as a ringer to throw me off. I'm like, what? I'm like, no, no, no. I did a Bette Midler number and kicked above my head in a full-length gown. I won. That's what I did. I was 23 too. That's when I, could bend. I mean, I need paramedics on standby now when I'm doing a number. Yeah, I love Drag Race. I love drag. It's fantastic. I mean, it's a great way to express myself. I absolutely adore it. It's just a lot of work, and it's very expensive. It's a very expensive hobby. A drag race queen on average probably spends, on average, probably $10,000 to $20,000 a year on stuff. Like, and I mean, over here, that would be equivalent to what, $40,000. Like, it's a lot. I just can't afford it. Again, rich old husband, bad heart, scares easy. Where are you? Not out here. I've seen out here. I'm the only one on my street with a full set of teeth. The hookers are scary. Scary. I don't even see them anymore. I can hear them. Like if they're walking downwind and they got 3 to 8 teeth in their mouth, it sounds like a kid playing the recorder for the first time. Like, oh, I think that's infinity. Here she comes. Pretend you're a tree. And then she's like, great, now she's resting against me. And then she starts eating. How was your night, Adam? I got feet on my Oh, yes. I'm proud to be in St. Catherine.
Shit, that's fucking hilarious.
Oh, I just, look at this, I just teabagged myself. Hey, it's COVID. I got to do what I got to do.
Yeah. Is that a Spice Girls shirt? I think it is, right?
It is.
That's awesome.
I love my girls. I saw them front row in 2008. I could smell David Beckham coming off Victoria. I'm like, soccer.
They were still around in 2008, or was that like a reunion thing, or?
They reunited last year over in Europe, like just like England, Scotland, Ireland, all those areas, but not with Victoria because, well, we both know she can't sing. She's more just a looker and a pointer. She's got really fake boobs that do not move when she moves. They literally just kept going like this, bought and paid for. But they're still, I mean, I think we need to call them more like the old Spice Girls because they're old. Like,
yeah, I just got that.
Jerry
It
Halliwell,
took a second.
there you go.
Yeah.
This one right here, Jerry, the Ginger Spice, the one that had the Union Jack dress and the big titties. She's going to be, let's see, she's born in 72, so how old would that? She'd be 46 this year. Same birthday as me, August 6th. Woo, my favorite Spice Girl.
Wait,
I give her a little.
72? She's 48.
48. Okay, so she's old. Oh my God, she is. Yeah, because I'll be 42. God, she's old. Yeah, they're up there now. Like, Baby Spice is 40.
Damn.
Baby. She's got children. She looks like a really sexy librarian now. Like, she really wants to keep you after school and make you read. That's what she looks like now. It's pretty interesting. And Scary Spice, abs like you would not believe, boobs that go on forever. They were so close to me. She was doing this little thing, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm questioning myself. Like, yeah, the Spice Girls could definitely bring me back, or any trans men, but whatever. I like if the parts fit and they want to throw me a couple of bucks, hey, I'll do a Spice Girl if you want to be my lover. Can't get with my friends. I don't have any, but that's okay. Yeah, I love the Spice Girls. My parents were a little weary on that. I mean, I remember my dad bought me the Spice Girls dolls at Christmas time when I was 19. Yeah. This is the guy that didn't know I was gay. I mean, he bought me a Ken doll when I was 8, took me to a Bette Midler concert at 16. I'm like, what did you need to see me do? Just be sucking the dick to go, oh, well, he's gay. Oh, with a penis in his mouth, this must mean he's a homosexual. No, my dad, God love him. I mean, I told him I was gay at the beginning. He was the first person I told. And actually, that was the first joke I ever told on stage was my dad's reaction. Everyone's like, Adam, was it a positive or negative experience? I said, neither. I said, I was in the living room with my dad, and we were discussing why I'd never joined any teams or clubs in high school. My dad's like, maybe if you had joined them, you would have been less prone to being picked on and made a name for yourself. I'm like, well, they were already calling me gay, fag, queer, and homo before I even wanted to join those clubs, Dad. He's like, well, why would they call you that, Adam? I said, because I am one. Oh. My dad's eyes bugged right open. He like looks at me, he looks up, he looks at me, he looks around the room. He sees my cat under the table, makes eyes with him for like 5 seconds for like some sort of reassurance. Like, Casey, is this true? Cat's looking back at my dad going, for fuck's sakes, Bill, I've known since he was 8. Get on the train. Let's go. Chop, chop. Remember the Ken doll, the Bette Midler concert, the Spice Girls dolls? You should have seen him when I walked in, him having sex with his ex-girlfriend. He didn't know what he was doing. He was like an unlicensed mechanic just tinkering under the hood. Like, it was like, ah! He was scary too. I mean, not ugly. I mean, she could have used a few hair and makeup tips. And I tried giving her those for prom when she came out in her dress. Now, she's a lovely girl, but she's got some wide shoulders. I mean, she could have definitely bench pressed a Buick. Like, I mean, she was a big girl. and she came down in this very slinky dress. She's got 40 double D breasts, which I used to call Hawaii and Maui. And she put this dress on that it accented the fact that she had more rolls than at Tim Hortons. So I was like, listen, she comes down, she goes, how do I look? I said, well, you look fantastic. Now, what I wanted to say is that she looked like a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom ranch-style bungalow, but I kept my mouth shut. I said, you got to A-line this shit, girl. You got a big waist and huge tits. We got to make sure we move people away from things we don't want to see. Since I know your outfit does not call for a bag on your head, we won't do that to you today.
Oh, my God.
Okay. Maybe it's funny. I actually suggested we just switched outfits. I'm like, you wear the tux, I'll wear the dress. She put me in drag the first time. She took me to see that movie with John Leguizamo, Wesley Snipes, and Patrick Swayze called Tu Wong Fu. Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar. It's a movie in the 90s where those 3 stars, who were the biggest stars of the 90s, are drag queens. And they've got them. Mm-hmm. Wesley Snipes in drag. His name was Noxzema Jackson. So you can, it was just scary. Patrick Swayze in drag, not bad, but John Leguizamo in drag, hot as fuck. I'm
really?
like, gee.
I gotta watch
I'm like,
movie.
he looked like my Aunt Kathy at the end. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, what's going on here? It was weird. But, it's funny. I always run off on a tangent. I always forget where I'm going with what I'm saying. It's the weed. This brief interruption is brought to you by Pot. Pot, the makers of, I don't remember. Because I don't. Yeah. No. So, I know, it's like we got to stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Toques off.
I don't know if I've ever seen your head before. That's a trip.
No, this is my head.
Whoa.
Here. Hold on, I'll show you something hilarious. Here you go.
Right.
So this was yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it's on straight, but, I mean, come on. Ooh. There we go.
Nice.
This was $70. Some poor Asian lady
Damn.
gave this up for her.
Wow.
Looks nice on me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, oh God, it smells.
You look like a hippie because you have no makeup on, so you just look like you still look like a guy.
I know. I swear, this is what I wanted. If I could grow my hair out, I would have my hair this long. I would have it in a mohawk. I would be whipping it all. I love my hair. Now my hair only grows on parts of my body that I can't particularly reach without the help of my esthetician. There's all these like weird patches of shit going on. Like it left my head and went down here and down. I'm like, you should see, it takes me 2 attempts to shave my body because the hot water runs out. I'm like, oh, like I shaved off a nipple the one day. I was like, well, there that goes. I'm like, well, hopefully that grows back. I'm like a chia pet, except for up here. I'm liking this. I think I might. Maybe I'll wear this. I should wear this to the grocery store.
You should just rock it
Maybe
all the
for
time.
laundry.
Do you
Like a
just have the
blonde at the
one, or
office.
do you have other wigs as well?
This one only right now. I've been borrowing a lot of wigs from my
Mm.
friends, so I've been doing a lot of blondes and different ones. I had a little red one on. It was like black roots with like red. It was all asymmetrical. I look like Rihanna from Disturbia. I've got my Britney Spears blonde. I've got quite a few. Like I pulled up a few pictures the one day on here, and I showed some people from quarantine and what I look like with different hair, and people were like, "Whoa!" They're like, "You look good as this." And like, I love doing different looks. I love doing like a
Mhm.
different. Just you change the makeup because I can make myself look cool like whoever I want. Um, I've impersonated Cher. People have told me I look like Liza Minnelli. Not right now. Well, maybe. Right now, I kind of look like a Greek lady, but smash. No, but I'd like to impersonate Alanis Morissette. I think that would be really good. I think it would
Do
just be.
it.
Yeah, I want to get down her mannerisms, everything down. Like it's the long hair. My friend did Alanis Morissette. He did the "Thank You" song, completely nude on stage with long hair and just crossed over like this, so that we didn't see his doodle. So, and it was very interesting. I'm like, you're nude. That's when he could get nude because right. Oh, not now. Not now. He's gotten a little bit bigger. We don't really want to see that. It'd be like reenacting the Titanic.
um, have you done like lip sync battles before? You should do like Amy Lane's one she does every year.
You know what's funny? That's definitely something I'd like to do. I missed last year, and I was supposed to do the year before, and I had a back injury, so there was no
Mhm.
way I could do my acrobatical moves that I usually do in drag. So I'm going to try and well, this year's been very sedentary. Is that even a word? Yes.
Mhm.
Um, and if I can make it to the end of this year, I've got stuff to do, so I could do it again. And I'm not a big impersonator, but I mean, I could do certain numbers and then just get myself done up. Like, I mean,
Yeah, that's
I
all
was
you
thinking,
gotta do. I did it last couple years. Yeah,
yeah. What
it
did you
was fun.
do? Like,
So we
what did you
did
do?
like the first year Levi just like had everyone back out, and he was doing what was he doing? Uptown Funk, right?
Yeah,
So I was just like his backup dancer, and then I even like it was all last minute. I went and got a newspaper, went home and got my leather jacket. So then like halfway through, I did like an outfit change and like switched to the guy that's like just with the newspaper, reading the newspaper. So I did that.
yeah.
It was fun. And then last year it was like me, Levi, Stroop, and Jen Myers, and we did a mashup. We did two songs actually, because two mashups I think. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, because you like if you win, you move on, right? We did
yeah.
girl. The first one was Ice Ice Baby and Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Oh, I've done that
Yeah, it was good. It was fun. And then
one.
like the second one was like a Lion
Ah,
King
that's
song
awesome.
and something else I forget. Yeah,
Cool. Yeah, I love doing it. And doing it at that theater it looks really amazing. That was that the Greg Freeman Theater
yeah,
or the
exactly.
Scotiabank Center? Yeah.
Well, I think the one year was at Scotiabank, and then the one year was at Fruin.
Yeah, that looks really cool. Yeah, I would love to get out there and do something. I love being on stage as Cassandra and doing my thing, lip syncing, doing comedy now. Like I, that's why I like to put two and two together. I just lost a big blonde hair. Yeah, I just love doing it. I would like to do that. I will contact Amy. I've got her on my Facebook, and I do believe
Hmm.
I've got her in my phone. Sorry, I'm eating hair. That's the one thing I didn't like. I don't like eating hair because then when it gets stuck to my lipstick, I don't know where it is, and I'm afraid to poke at my face because I don't want to ruin contouring and highlighting.
Yeah.
It's all an illusion. I'm not a real lady, but for a very good price, I could be your date for the evening. Yeah, I like this. I'm gonna wear this.
Mhm.
I'm gonna scare my dad tomorrow. But look, I put that chia stuff on my head. I should bring him a wig. He's funny. He actually came. He one time when I ran from Biscayne St. Catharines, he actually I had so much stuff. He's like, okay, what do you need? I said, carry this wig and all these dresses. And he's walking in. And every time he's walking, he's never been in a gay bar. Looking around, he's like, is that a drag queen? Is that a drag queen? I'm like, they're not all drag queens, Dad. That's a dyke. That's a bag. That's a bartender. I don't like. These are just people here. That's Ramona and Rita. They're a nice lesbian couple that does oil changes behind their house and smells like a lot of chopped wood and very, very stereotypical. Like a U-Haul. Yeah. I'm loving this hair.
It's great. This has been awesome. Do you want any
Yeah.
shout outs or plugs you want to make?
I'm going to be doing more quarantine comedy shows Friday nights, 9 o'clock on Zoom. You can always get the information from Mr. David Green.
Mm-hmm.
I will be doing some more drag shows. My birthday is coming up in 7 or 8 weeks. It's August 6th, so I'm going to do another show then. It's basically just whatever's kind of coming up. I always plug it on my Facebook, so when something pops up, I'm just typing. I usually give all the information out. I basically type like I talk, so people are like, I can't read all this shit. Why can't you just say Zoom, 9 p.m. Friday? I tell everyone, like, we don't need to know what you're wearing. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Yeah, but yeah, that's basically it. I mean, I'm hoping that things will be open and safely open sometime in the near future, because I would rather obviously be doing it in front of people
Mm-hmm.
But I do like it this way. At least we get to see people. I get to see different people. I get to see you. I see Patrick. I see David. I saw Joelle yesterday. I hadn't seen her in a long time.
Nice.
I see Al Val. He's fantastic. There's so many great people out there, and I just yeah. So it's just as they invite me, I'll do whatever. I will do it. If it pays, I'll do it even quicker.
Yeah. For sure. Sorry I can't pay you for this.
No, that's
You were
okay.
awesome though. Maybe one day.
You know what? Seeing you laugh is payment enough for me. I think it's fantastic.
Sick.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for doing this. It was awesome.
Oh, no problem. It was awesome. Thanks very much.
All right. Peace out.
See you later. Bye.
Oh.